weeks ago by Humboldt, Iowa, which is south of Jackson, Minnesota. Flower and dry.
And Brock, as I always do, I went through the super stock pits trying to find one of these tractors with that front cowling removed so that I can show everyone at home the engine. But these guys are just super secret and protective of those turbocharging and fuel systems. They just don't want anyone to see them.
Diesels in dark corners is just around the corner. Semis, trucks, tractors. November 4th and 5th. In White Plains, Georgia. Some of the meanest trucks and tractors will come rolling in. Over $40,000 worth of payouts. This one is to Hoffman.
I just hope our show doesn't go the way that guy drove his truck. So. Welcome, everybody. These are our new power rankings we're doing. Brent, do you have a top 10 list tonight, Brent, put together?
No, I'm just
going to hang out? So, thank you, Shane Hunt, Wyatt Schulte, Morgan Schulte. Justin Hoffman is our special light superstock guest appearance tonight. With Thank you for coming on, buddy.
No problem.
And then the Brent Yarn. So, and then with the Outlaws, we call Justin's class the Unlimited Super Stocks, and what we think is light super stocks. So Justin came down and won the Pullers Championship last year. So with his 88. So it's all good. It is all good. So thanks for doing this tonight. We kind of always start out. We want comments from you watching. We've done pro stocks. That was our first show. Then we did mini rods. Then we did diesel super stocks, and then light super stocks are our fourth one. And then when we wrap up this live, we're going to ask you who, what do you want us to do next? Like, what class do you want us to do next? So we always kind of start off with some honorable mention. Charles is running late tonight, so I'm going to bring his up. He emailed me. I just got to get on here. So let's see. He put that in our power rankings chat, right, guys? Yeah.
Yep.
So Charles says, okay, so Charles says his honorable mention is the Commander, Hootman and Kuhn, strong runner, just a little bit inconsistent in 2022. So, Shane, who is your honorable mention?
I've actually got a few here. I have the Whitworth family. They're tough no matter where you go. They actually came down and ran with us in Woodbury, Tennessee, and did really well. I think they ended up winning that night. And Sandy from the Phillips camp, that tractor has made a turn. They finally got the bugs worked out of it. Kenneth Hale with the Night Trouble 3, still working on that tractor, and one of the few diesels out there, but when he shows up, he does really well. Let me see. Martin Daniel and On the Edge, again, another Mid-South guy. He did evens this year, early in the year with breakage and all that kind of stuff. 504 Rocket was your Region 3 NTPA champion. Red Thunder, always a tough tractor and shows out at the Grand National Pulls whenever he comes. And then the Terry family as well with High Strong. Unfortunately, they didn't get to get out live.
Right now, Republicans taking over key states.
Sorry, Shane, I was queuing up a video, bud.
Oh, you're fine.
Wyatt, can you take us through your honorable mention?
Yeah, number one, I had Pickler family, Red Thunder. They had 2 regional wins. They won in Tolman and a top 5. They were right behind Kevin Lynn 504 Rocket for the Region 3 championship, but they just didn't get them. Always tough. Tennessee Tracks, Jacob Fuquay, very consistent. He had a little bit of trouble in the middle of the year, but he's always pretty good. Night Trouble 3, like you said, he won the Mid-South points. One of the very few diesels in that light super class, but he makes noise. And then Ryan Bowles' alter ego. He won in Rockwell, won in Wisner. breakage early in the year and trouble in the middle, but when it came out at the end of the year, he was really, really strong. Had also a second in Wheatland.
Okay.
Yeah,
Real quick
Brian's
question.
been pretty tough here as late.
What's that,
Brian
Justin?
likes to run his thing
Said
on
Brian
trail.
Bowles has been real tough here lately.
He broke.
Yeah,
he hurt it pretty bad at the Pullers Championship, right?
Yeah, he blew a hole out the side of the head
Yeah.
after they just fixed it from last year.
Justin Hoffman is with us. Of course, the last one standing. You're back-to-back Outlaw champs, right, Justin?
Nope, we didn't run points last year. This is
Okay.
our first year and probably, I think it's 8 years since we last ran points.
So you got the points this year, and then you won the Pullers Championship back in May, correct?
Yep.
Yep. So give us a quick, brief history of your pulling family. Talk about your mom and dad. And we know your brother passed away. Kind of give us a 2 or 3 minute who Justin Hoffman is, where you live, and what we got in the stable today.
We're from Dunlap, Iowa. Mom and Dad own the body shop here in town and work with them down here. Help my uncle farm a little bit on the side, and time allows. It gets pretty hard to find time away from here. I'm actually waiting to finish the paint job as soon as I'm done with this. So, but as far as pulling goes, I've kind of been involved with it since I was a week old. Started going along with Mom and Dad. Dad used to pull light super back in the day with an Oliver, and then kind of switched up to Super Farm. Hunts had actually bought our old Super Farm back in the day. And then we went to the Cast Light Super class for a couple years, did well with that, and decided to jump into the component class, and it's treated us pretty well over the years. Mom's got her own tractor in the 466 Light Limited Pro class. She actually had won a points championship with that her second year out, so that was kind of cool to see.
Awesome. I got a video queued up. This is you at Spencer, Iowa, a year ago. So, but this is one of my favorite videos of your tractor, because when you back up, you can see the big, beautiful ass on that tractor, Justin. So, I'm not hitting on you. I'm hitting on your tractor. That's that ass, Justin. That ass right there. Love it. Is Spencer, is that a power track, Justin, or not really?
Not really for our class.
I didn't think so. Is anything a power track for your class?
I'd say Gibbon, Nebraska this year was the toughest track I've been on in years.
Okay.
It was the only time I was in low gear all season long, and it had everything it took.
Yep. If you're just joining us, Justin Hoffman's our special light Superstock guest tonight. He's unlimited Superstock with the Outlaws. And we're having our top 10 tonight. And of course, our panel, Brent Yarn, Wyatt and Morgan Schulte, Shane Hunt, myself. I have Charles's picks with me, and then Brent's is coming on to hang out. That's a mean red Tratter. Yes, it is, Paul. Yes, it is. He even spelled Tratter right. He's from Illinois. I'm kind of proud of him right now. Here's Justin 1 year ago on last one stand. That was a good pass, bud.
Yeah, it was one of them. The starting line is a little iffy, but as soon as I was able to open the throttle up, it really kind of took off.
Yeah. Exactly. Again, if you're just joining us, we're going to unveil our top 10 power rankings. Wyatt and Charles and Shane have unveiled their honorable mentions. And again, Charles said his honorable mention was the Hoopman and Koo and Strong Runner. So just for fun, do you guys have any cast tractors in your top 10 at all? Or are they all components?
They're all component.
Okay.
All
Any
component.
diesels? Any diesels, or are they all alky?
Night Trouble was very close, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Shane, any diesels or any? You're all alky.
No, all my top 10 are alky, but like Wyatt said, I had Night Triple 3 right there.
Okay. So, Justin, are you familiar with any strong diesel light supers? Are they all from the Mid-South or?
Well, there's not
At
many.
Night Trouble, I've seen videos of him. He looks kind of impressive and kind of nice to see a diesel trying to compete.
Is that Hale's tractor? Is that Hale?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Dagenhartz, and they jumped down in the light class. That's always fun to watch.
Yep.
Other than that, I don't think there's hardly any diesels left. I know Mark Ulmer's building one to pull with us in the Outlaws, but
Yep. Yeah, and I'm not picking on any of the cast guys. I just because with the Outlaws, Justin pulls unlimited super stock, and with NTPA and PPL, that's light super, and then the light super class with the Outlaws is a cast rear. I don't know. Are there a lot of cast light supers left other than the Outlaws in the country, guys, or pretty much it's all component, isn't it?
I've got one. Sean Peets, who runs the ITPA, he's got the Unfinished Business Oliver, and that's a very strong tractor. If you can find any YouTube videos on that, every time I watch it, I'm just always impressed by it.
Okay, so Morgan, you put a list together too?
I don't have a list, but
okay.
If I have any ideas, I'll shout them out when I'm free.
We're gonna need you to raise your hand though. Okay, is that all right? I was just trying to be funny, Morgan. You're supposed to laugh. So. Sean is the component now, Morgan.
Oh.
You're supposed to know everything, Schulte. You're my little Rain Man. So.
Little Rain Man.
Yeah. Do you know who Rain Man is, Morgan?
No idea.
He's like he knows everything. Like he's like really smart. Well, you just watch the movie. You'll get it. So Sean is to get 2 comments on there. He's a component now. So okay, cool. So Justin, you just pop in, like if you know anything about any of these pullers or any more insight. Just please pop in as these guys rattle off. I'm going to read Charles' comments, so give me a second here. So Charles, number 10, is 504 Rocket. Kevin Lynn, tough when he is at National, and he dominated Region 3. So Charles has Kevin Lynn, 504 Rocket.
I can get on board with that. I would have loved to see what he would have done with the bomb this year, because that thing was running very well until it decided to break the rear end and just grenade the thing. So. But he's got big plans for it come next year. So
Kevin Lynn's one of them. He always comes to the track, and he's just so good at reading them too. You don't miss a setup very often.
No.
There's a couple of cast light supers in New York. Green Demon, which has the Ether Eater, which was the Ether Eater, runs on the ESP circuit. Okay.
Yep. And if all things go well, he's might have a 3rd tractor out next year. So.
Are you starting rumors?
I think a lot of people know.
Yeah.
Then tell us. Who did he buy? What did he buy?
He bought back Notorious.
Oh, awesome. Wyatt Schulte, who's your number 10?
One of the Western guys, Big Temptation of the Haug family. I had 1 win, 2 top 5 PPLs. He won one of the sessions in Wisner. They're always really good.
Okay, Mr. Hunt, who's your number 10?
I've got Night Shift from ITPA.
That's Kessler's, right?
Yep.
It is. I was really impressed with what I saw at Wheatland, so recency bias might play a small factor there, but he did absolutely awesome.
So did he win ITPA points?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Awesome. Justin, how many times did you run against Hogs this summer?
We ran against him 6-8 times, somewhere in there.
They were in Windsor. They were in Wisner.
Rock Valley.
Rock Valley, and then there was a Missouri
Pawnee
one there.
City, Wayne. There are quite a
couple
few.
of Nebraska ones.
Yep.
Good deal.
Well, and they really kind of came on strong towards the end of the year too. I know they tried some change in the fuel system and stuff earlier on, and once they got it figured out, they were really tough.
Yeah, they were, especially towards the end of the year. I feel like was it Mountain City? No. What's that one? Unionville. I think Unionville they had some good passes, didn't they, Justin?
Yep.
Don't they have a third one? Were they building like the biggest Temptation too, like a V8? Did you guys?
That was that Scandinavia motor, and I think they did sell that. They still got the motor sitting there, but they sold the chassis and stuff.
Gotcha.
Do Haugs still have the old sheet metal, like the old white colored case?
I think that's the one they sold.
Oh.
Okay, number 9, Charles has. I gotta get on my phone here. Charles has Big Temptation, Elmer Hogg, 2 wins with the Outlaws and ran some championship tour in Grand National, hung in there when he did. So Big Temptation is number 9 on Charles's list. Mr. Schulte, who do you have for number 9?
5 for Rock, Kevin Lynn. He won the Region 3. He did run a bunch of Region 3 Heavy Super 2. He also beat guys like Guy Bluginger, the Rackner family. So does well on both sides of it.
Nice. I like it. Mr. Hunt.
I've got Tennessee Tracks at number 9. He swept Hopkinsville and then took a second place here at Murray, Kentucky, and a second place in Woodbury, Tennessee. Just doesn't have the time to run the full circuit.
Understood. West Point, Haug was there. Alex says, Chad Gilbert says that Temptation Last I Knew was in New York also. That Temptation. Okay. I thought it was the biggest Temptation. My bad. So, Justin, are you okay with this so far? Do you have any arguments?
No, I think every one of them are very tough runners.
Good deal. Number 8, Charles Poche has Ridge Runner, the Linvilles, 2 Grand National wins, one by more than 5 feet, the other were more than 10 feet. When it's right, it goes. So Ridge Runner, that's at John Deere.
Yeah, 48-40.
Yep, that's sharp.
Yeah.
Got the black rims, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Sharp.
I was kind of impressed how quick they got it back together after kind of some pretty significant motor damage. Was that in Brandenburg that happened to them?
Yep.
Yeah,
they
it was Friday night.
Yeah.
So they got ready for the Inderley, right? I think.
Yeah, you got third in the Inderley.
Not sure, but I know I know, like he said, I followed them on Facebook, so I saw that they got back going again. Mr. Schulte, who's your number 8?
One of the Charles, I want to mention, I got the commander of the Hoopmans. He ran all year long the NCPA circuit. He had 1 win, 6 top 5s, but they did have a little bit of trouble here and there, but they're good.
Did Jason drive that tractor much this year, or was it Rex?
It was a little of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Brandenburg was Jason. Jason ran it in Bowling Green too, but whatever.
Yeah, usually whatever's closer, like the closer stuff, Hoopman runs, and then the further stuff, Rex runs.
Gotcha.
Did I hear correct that Hoopman sold the rest of it to Rex?
I've heard that, but I haven't had confirmation of that.
I haven't heard that one.
You heard it here first, guys. So, Shane Hunt, who's your number 8 tractor, buddy?
Alter Ego.
So there we go. Again, if you're just joining us, our goal is to do a power ranking show every Thursday night. And we started off with Pro Stock 3 weeks ago. Then we did mini rods 2 weeks ago, diesel super stocks last week, and then we're doing light super stocks here tonight. And Charles Poche, Wyatt Schulte, and Shane Hunt have been putting together lists. And then we've been trying to always get a competitor out of the class, just that knows more about the actual tractors and different things like that. And Justin Hoffman from Dunlap, Iowa, with last one standing your 2022 Outlaw Point Champ, joins us tonight, and of course Brent Yarn as well. So thank you so much for that. I'll have to ask Jason next time I see him. He lives around the corner. There you go. Number 7, Charles has Gunpowder and Lead. Weddleson, a winner on Grand National and Championship tours. So I don't think that's a bad one at all.
My OCD is going nuts right now, Schultz.
Why is that?
Everything's just off. Your spelling, your...
There he is.
Oh,
yeah.
Tell me what I spelled wrong.
Gunpowder, not power.
Oh, okay. Well, you just gotta tell me.
There's no and.
Oh, I'm trying to make it fit in the screen.
Just double click
Good
the column,
excuse.
like the edge of it, and it'll
Yeah,
automatically.
they'll look at the columns. There you go.
What else did I spell wrong, dickhead? I mean, Brent.
Tennessee.
What?
Tennessee.
Oh.
What did I miss?
The last E.
Last E.
Okay. No,
There's a reason he sells home loans.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth closed. I'll let it slide.
No, Yaron. No. I would do this to you if this was something that bugged me. You guys all know that. So.
Yeah, Jason, I think you need to stick to numbers, not words.
Yeah, there you go. Easy there, computer nerd. Danny Limber's watching from, and then the great Charles is on with us. Charles, I've been speaking for you, but I can't spell, so I
That's
apologize.
okay. I appreciate it. Sorry, I got family in from out of town, so sorry I'm late.
No. I'm not gonna tell you how fast I drove to get home tonight, so it's all good. So must be one of the grammar cops on pulloff.com. Thank you. Oh,
Well, two of us on the screen might actually be that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we got a couple of them here. So I do, Brad. I do home loans. Yep, I'm good at numbers. I suck at spelling. So okay, Wyatt Schulte, number 7.
Larry Phillips, extremely insane. He had 1 win, 8 top 5s. He didn't complete the entire season, but they did hit a bunch of the double hooks. But Larry's with 3 tractors now. They're getting better.
Okay. Brent, is that spelled right?
Oh, yeah, looks good.
Yes.
Okay. No, Yarn, don't get all quiet on me now, buddy. It's on.
I'm half working at the same time on some stuff, so
I wanna
I'm
do
just
a
kind of
good
half here, half not.
Okay. Shane Hunt, who's your 7th tractor?
Big Temptation. He got 3rd in Wheatland, Missouri.
Justin, did you hit any pulls outside the Outlaws this year besides the Pullers Championship?
No, with the Outlaw schedule, we didn't really have a whole lot of time. Dad took it down to Mountain City. I think he got 2nd there in between 2 of the Chiswick tractors.
That's pretty good.
Can't
place
complain
to be.
about that one.
Especially for Dad not really driving that much anymore. I was pretty pumped. I was on a side-by-side poker run and called me. I might have had a good jag on, but I was pretty excited.
Larry had a monster pass in Georgetown, Ohio, 360. Yeah, that's moving. That is moving. All right, Charles, you can take over again and be yourself. I don't have to speak for you, buddy.
All right, I'm picking things up at number 6. I went up to outlaw territory for my number 6. I came up with Deer Fever and Gary Whip with that one. 4 wins on the tour. A couple of them were by 10 feet or more over the competition. So when he had it right, he was really right.
Well said. I can't even argue with that, Charles. So I even spelled whip right. I promise.
Yes.
You got that. So
Gary's kind of one of them too. He don't miss the setup very often.
Yeah.
He does. It's kind of a shock.
Yeah. Wyatt Schulte, number 6.
One guy that's really consistent with Cheez-Ix. I got Bobby Jones, field sobriety. He was right there all year long. 1 win, that big pass in Wheatland, but always in the mix with them 3 Cheez-Ix tractors compared to his 1.
Does that tractor come out of Cheez-Ix shop or out of Blackburn shop?
Yes.
Okay. When we're done, we're going to go through and we're going to highlight the builders. That's curious. I'm curious to see how that goes.
Yeah, me too.
Shane Hunt, you're number 6, buddy.
I've got extremely insane number 6. My buddy LP, he took a win in Rockwell, Iowa, and they expanded to 3 tractors for this year. So we'll see what they do for next year.
I like it. I like it a lot. So, Charles, this is kind of what you did with the spreadsheet last week? Kind of like
I didn't get as crazy with the colors, but you're making it look better than I did, so I'll give you that.
Does that hurt your eyes, buddy?
No, it's good.
Okay. Just trying to break it up a little bit.
I like it. I like it.
Number 5, Charles.
My number 5 is a little bit tongue-in-cheek. The guys who are a part of the chat group for the show already saw it because I wasn't sure how late I was going to be. But it's not a tractor. It's just a guy, and that's Brian Korth. You could put him on a clapped-out piece of crap Bolins with a flat tire, and he's going to win. And you just put him on anything, and he's going to be a threat.
He actually drove ours at the Farm Progress show. We had a family funeral and kind of had some other people in the area that really wanted us to be there, so we sent the tractor over with a couple friends. One actually just walked in the office here, Andy Evans, and he hopped on our tractor and beat his own 3 tractors with our tractor. I thought that was kind of cool.
That is very
First time ever being on it, and we weren't there to help with the setup or anything. He just kind of winged it, and it worked.
That's awesome. That's always. You owe Bradley Sturgeon $20. Hunt. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Schulte, numero 5.
I got to go with my home state boy, Marcus Weddleson, Gunpowder and Lead. 2 Grand National wins. He won in Farley also. Got 2 top 5s there, actually. 13 top 5s total over the course of the year. 2nd Grand National points. Really good.
Is he still 4 Charger or is he 3?
4.
Okay.
4.
Was he one of the first ones to go for?
I believe so.
For the Alki setup?
I think him and Kevin Campbell kind of dreamed that up back in the day.
One night, sitting there drinking beers. So Shane
That'll
Hunt.
happen.
I've heard and seen crazier things. So number
That's
5.
how we do a lot of the tuning on our tractor. We'll sit there after full going through everything for the next hook and stuff. Just kind of sit there and look at everything and have a couple of beers and just digest stuff.
Digest. I like that. Mr. Hunt, you're 5th.
How about we go to field sobriety?
Is this the closest we've ever been, or is this pretty common? Like, what was the Diesel Supers like for you guys last week? Was there a lot of familiarities?
This is probably closer.
Yeah, this feels closer.
I feel like mine's way out in left field looking at the other two.
If you flip the list upside down, once you get to the top, I think the top 5 more or less will look this most similar.
Okay.
Yeah,
probably.
All right. Drum roll. Number 4, Charles.
I plugged in Considered Armed and Dangerous here. 4 wins on the Champions Tour. Any given day, it would probably be, top 3, but it just gets outshone by its stablemate.
Well said. Wyatt?
I have Justin, Outlaw titled TPC champ. He averaged a top 5 finish in Outlaws all year long, just dominance. But this whole top 5 is just going to be really tough to pick and choose between.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you, Wyatt.
I'm just glad one of you guys put him on here. That'd have been embarrassing to bring him on and not even put him on.
No, he's proven why he's on here.
Oh, just give me time.
No, I know. I just funny. We had Tyler Slaw on, and then we didn't even put him in the video. I had Chandler make me a video, and I forgot. That's what I've done. So it's all good. We do a lot of show prep. You guys do way more prep than I do on this. It's all good. Mr. Hunt, number 4.
I'm going with Gunpowder and Lead, second place in Grand National points.
All right. Charles, number 3, buddy.
My number 3 is Last One Standing. I've only seen the tractor at Puller's Championship, but the record speaks for itself on Outlaws. I think Justin can run with anybody on this list.
I agree 100%. Did you well, I'll ask Justin that question there at the end. So Wyatt, who do you have for number 3?
Hey, while we're at the spelling grammar, you spelled my name wrong, Jason.
What? 2 N's, right?
Yep.
You just got to give me a heads up. Honest, I won an 8th grade spelling bee, guys, back at HLV in Victor, Iowa. So I was really proud. I went on to regionals, but I got smoked. Okay, so I was out pretty fast.
They got past the 3-letter words.
I can spell peckerhead, Hoffman. So how about that? Oh, I love you guys. This is so fun. Mr. Schulte, numero 3.
That's where I've got Considered Armed and Dangerous. He won the PPL title, 15 top 5s, 4 wins, but like Charles said, the stablemate kind of showed him up a few times.
That'll happen. Did Terry drive him most of the time, or does he split that with Josh?
Josh drives Deadly most of the time, and then Terry drives the other 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Josh is kind of more, I think he has a liking more for the big ones.
Yep.
Mr. Hunt, you're number 3, buddy.
I've got Last One Standing at number 3 as well.
Ooh. Hoffman, I swear we didn't set this up. You were in this, okay? So
I can guess all 3 of yours number 1 and 2.
You probably can, and probably in order.
Yeah,
Probably.
Charles, number 2.
This is gonna tip off what number 1 is, but at number 2, I've got Detonator Black. The Spiegelbergs from Waiuega,
but close.
No, so you got to do the Leroy Schulter.
They got to do the Leroy. Yep.
I spelled Spiegelberg right, didn't I, Brett?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Ha! Did that without any help.
Schultz, just grab the left and click on there and just drag the column to the right. You don't know how to do that. Never mind.
Yeah, no, you click on it. You can double click.
Not what I meant. Because I'm gonna guess that the other 2s are the same.
Oh, okay. Guys, Wyatt?
Same. Detonator Black, 4 wins, NTPA title, 12 top fives. Kind of battled. He battled with Marcus early on in the season. That was kind of a fun points race, but
Yeah, it was.
they were back and forth.
Shane Hunt?
Yeah, just do it 3 times while you're at it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Did so Schramix bought the other Spiegelberg tractor, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Detonator Red.
Did they get that thing dialed in towards the end of the year, or?
I think Ryan.
I think it's
pretty
learning
much
curve
got
for him.
that one.
Okay.
The thing is that Spiegelbergs are also struggling with it as well. So it's it goes. If it doesn't, they fight it. So
Gotcha.
but I mean that's all light supers it feels like, but they definitely are having a rough time with it.
What's kind of cool about it though is how he goes straight from diesel all of his life into alcohol, and he didn't have as much trouble as I thought he would.
Alcohol tastes better, Morgan. So
I've heard.
You're as a senior in high school, good answer. So well said there.
Not quite.
You're a junior?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you sound like a senior in college with your low voice there, Morgan. So number 1, Charles.
Number 1, I've got the Brabex in the country. I'm sorry, wrong list. A&B Excessive Force, 8 wins on the Champions Tour and swept the BG ring.
What'd you say it again?
Excessive Force.
Okay.
Just totally dominated.
Ditto.
Shane?
I just changed mine up and just had Blackburn as a whole. It kind of gave me a little more wiggle room to put more guys on the list and everything.
Yep. No,
I thought about doing that too. You're not wrong with that.
Yeah. I'm curious to get into the engine thing though, like Jason said.
Well, everybody in the top 5 would be a Blackburn customer.
Okay.
That's
Across the board.
Who else is out of Blackburn shop on this list?
All on Charles, number 7.
My number 6, right?
Which
Yep,
one on 7?
Schulte's number 6.
Gunpowder and Lead?
Yep.
Schulte's number 6.
I'm not so sure my number 6 isn't one either.
Phillips.
I don't know for a fact, but maybe.
Okay. Well, I'll turn it
I don't
red.
think so.
I don't think so.
I don't either.
The only one would be the one that they got from Simons.
Right.
But I don't think they worked on it.
I'd have to ask my brother. He'd know.
What do they call the John Deere?
Okay, who's the next builder then? Is it Pickler or is it who works on Bulls?
Pickler.
Bulls is Pickler, Mondovi.
Any more Mondovi tractors out of that?
Is the Rocket kind of Mondovi a little bit?
Kevin does most of the stuff himself.
Okay.
He goes. I mean, they help him with some stuff, but not. He pretty much does a lot of the work himself.
That's kind of like
Red one
us.
is
We
not a
do all of
black
our
one.
own.
Yeah.
We do all of our own stuff. Just kind of get the parts from Terry and Josh, and a little insight once in a while as you need it.
Yep. So Jeremy Yantis is probably referring to what, or Larry Phillips, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
It's either GMS or Blackburn. I can't remember which one.
Linville is GMS, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Linville's a
Yeah,
GMS.
he is.
Yep, full GMS. Cheese machine.
Mr. Payne. Night Shift is a Connor.
Yep. Night shift.
Jeremy, they're building a light super. Are they building a cast ass for like the Outlaw light supers, or are they building an unlimited super? Or like I can't remember.
I think it's a cast.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think so.
cast.
That's news.
Yeah, I did not see it at Mark Ulmer's shop, but I think that's where it came out of. So he might have had it far enough left where Ceramics were going to finish it. Night Shift is a Connor.
Night shift is Connor, so is Fuquay.
Yeah, Tennessee Tracks is a Connor too.
Where would you guys have High Strung if it was running? Like if you went out last year.
Like 2020 high strung would be like top 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
5 for sure.
Yep.
I would agree.
Yeah. Justin, who gave you the most headaches on the Outlaw circuit this summer?
Usually Weens do, but they kind of had some motor issues this year and we're kind of struggling. But I'd probably say Hogs towards the end of the season is probably our toughest competition this year.
Yep. No, that's cool. That is cool. If anybody disagrees with us, or did we miss a name, maybe a strong regional tractor? That's what's nice about having Shane on here. He really covers the South and the East better. Wyatt does well, and Brent, Charles, of course. But it's nice to have that Southern presence with Mr. Hunt on here. So we started asking, who do you want us to do next week? Which class? Brad. Next week needs to be a top 10 diesel class leading in the diesels and dark corners. Huh? Well, that would be tough. Which class?
Bro, maybe one would be the super stock diesel trucks, but because they got it down.
Yeah.
Should we do super stock diesel trucks next week?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Bad.
Someone just said light pro as well.
Jeremy. Okay. I think I want to do diesel trucks next week just because of diesels and dark corners, guys.
It's a good segue.
Yeah.
I like
we
it.
can do light pro the following week.
Also, with going into the winter season, we can leave all the bigger ones for later.
I kind of want to run off the bigger ones, to be honest, initially.
Light pro is going to take a while to go through everybody.
Yeah.
That's going to take a minute.
Yeah, like that two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. That's going to take a little bit of thinking.
Yeah.
I almost have a complete list of two-wheel drives if you need them. There's probably like 300 now.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a long list.
There was like 200 and some last year. And I know that there's some that switched hands and some new ones. So it's a big list.
Yeah.
Justin, what do you love about the light superclass?
I just love how, it's not necessarily who can buy the biggest turbos, the latest and greatest this. You got to have your setup right and everything every time. I mean, you can have the most power, it ain't going to get you nowhere. I mean, even have the best tractor in the country, and you're not going to get anywhere if you don't have your setup on. It seems like some of the other classes can kind of skate by a little bit just on equipment.
Yep, I don't disagree with that. Justin, and I've always wanted to ask a light super puller this and not get punched in the face. Why do they seem to be so inconsistent at times?
What do you mean by that?
Just like you feel like if there's a class of 15 of them, like five of them won't get past 100 feet. Is it fuel? Is it adjusting? Is it like the cropping and the snorting? What's that from?
I think a lot of it's just people not being in tune with their tractor and actually understanding how to work on them themselves and get them to tune and look at their data and do it.
Okay.
And I know I'm not picking on anybody or anything by saying that.
No. And that's not to do it, but that's like when I take an app, like if I take somebody to a pull for the first time, Justin, they'll like, hey, these, those Alki tractors, you call them, some of them don't, they don't get down the track. Why is that? And I said, I don't know. I need to ask somebody once. So
I think some of the problem too, now there's so many people trying massive turbos and it just takes a lot to get them up on top and actually have them where you can drive them out of the hole nice and so on. But and there's also the other side that, like in the Outlaw this year, they're wanting to make a rule against certain size turbos and stuff, and they're thinking that's due to breakage. But I hate to tell people that more of the breakage than anything is just not having your tractor tuned in right and sitting there spitting and sputtering. That puts a lot of fatigue on engine parts.
Justin, do you feel you should be higher?
Nah, probably not. I should probably be at the bottom of the list somewhere.
No, don't do that.
No.
Okay, so we had you at 3, 4, and 3. Did you pull against detonator or excessive force this summer at all?
Excessive force down in Mountain City. And I don't remember which tractor of the 3 won down there, but I know Dad was second between them. The only time we pulled against Adam this year is down at the Pullers Championship, and he beat me the first night, and I beat him the second night.
Okay. And then Detonator, you got second. Did he win Grand National points? Detonator?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And then Excessive Force won PPL?
No, considered one PPL. Excessive got second.
Considered was more consistent, even though Excessive Force won a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah, Excessive had a rough outing at Wheatland, I'm pretty sure.
You think Josh would agree with that? What do you think? What do you say excessive should be first? If we got Blackburn on the phone?
Possibly, but if you go off of numbers, I think what we have makes sense. But that's all preference and numbers.
No, I agree. I like how you guys come out with your facts. Like, Champions Tour wins, Grand National wins, or Outlaw wins, or whatever. I like that. And then I like to ask Justin, when's the time that you pulled against some of these names, and do that. So it's all good. It's all good in the hood. So diesel super stock trucks next week, guys.
All right.
We'll stick with the 6 o'clock Central. Does that work okay for you, Charles?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, and that's 7 Eastern. Wyatt and Shane, you're good with that?
Yep.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect.
Justin, where? Let me pull up some video of your tractor quick. Where would be some of your best runs this year that I can pull up on outlawpulling.tv?
Gibbon was a really nice pass. Mobile. Rock Valley the second night. It wasn't pretty, but it was track was kind of a little goofy, kind of wanted to suck you around, but it felt pretty impressive in the seat.
Let's see here. Gibbon, you said Gibbon?
Yep.
And were you early or late hook the class?
I was kind of right in the middle, I think, if I remember correctly.
Here in Gibbon, Nebraska.
Was it dark or was it still light out?
Dark.
Okay.
Green flags.
Mods.
Last super.
More super farms. That's the diesel super sitting back there. Were you after diesel supers or before them?
Right after, I think.
Okay. Which track were you on?
The closest to us.
Okay. There we go. No, that's 4 1s. That's Tyler. Beat that night.
Whoa.
Before or after?
I can't remember.
2020 points champion.
I have to pull up the Outlaw app.
And that's the old color money tractor, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. That's Brent's tractor?
That's one that completely slipped my mind. He runs really well.
Yeah, he runs hard. He kind of had a tough year. He didn't want to run it too hard. He had a baby on the way and stuff. Just wanted to make laps this year.
Puts him in the number 2 spot.
.438.
Here he is.
Current points leader in the class, Justin Hoffman, out of Dunlap, Iowa. Last one standing.
Awesome.
Maybe they asked you, Justin, before I got on, but is the name of the tractor relevant to it being an 88 series sheet metal?
Yeah, I actually commented on the Your Money post a couple weeks ago. The last tractor off the assembly line is obviously the 88 series, so kind of named it off of that, and just actually had a serial number plate made and made it one number past the last 88 series roll off the assembly line.
That's really cool.
We wanted to call it just tractor, just to be weird, I guess, but Mom was not having it. Thought it was a stupid name, blah, blah, blah. Well, when she got her tractor, we named hers Tractor on her.
Awesome. Well, guys, we'll wrap this up. Thanks for everybody for watching tonight. Again, you can go search YouTube or Facebook for our shows. Charles and I did Pro Stocks by ourselves. Well, really, Charles did it by himself the first week, 4 weeks ago. I gave Charles a call. I'm like, hey, what are you doing tonight, buddy? He's like, why? I'm like, hey, let's start this power ranking thing we've been talking about. Then Paul Romack got hurt that we didn't have him on. So, here we go. We got to ask Roos's question.
Yes.
Justin, so if you could go back in time and drive, he's getting specific. Drive any light super of the past, what would you take a spin on for nostalgia reasons?
I would probably say Mess's Squealer in Louisville. That thing, I can just remember growing up watching that. That was always really entertaining.
Yeah.
Now, what's it called?
The Squealer?
Oh, I thought you said the Memphis Squealer, and I'm like, what?
No. I think was this his name Mess or
Meese.
Yep.
He had the overhead cam. That's what everybody always had cats about, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know, weighing 5,500 back then. I mean, you just put it on the wheelie bars about every time, and you know, it was fun to watch.
There's videos out there of that thing. It picked the front tires up. They'd never even make a rotation at all. So all the way down the track, set it back down. Front tires never turn.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
We've kind of found over the last, even when we first went to component and stuff, you really kind of try to hang the front end in the air. But as tire technology's changed and so on, it don't seem like they've been changing stuff on the chassis. They don't really need to be in the air to do well.
Is Brent Long still working on a lot of light supers?
Yeah, he works on a few in the outlaw country, I know, and Phillips' couple.
I know. I was out in California this past weekend, and Alan Babel is taking Under the Influence there. I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not, but I did. So sorry, Alan, if that was a secret. So
did he run that tractor this year?
I think he's got a long machine sticker on the tractor, so I don't think it is a secret.
Okay. Sorry, guys. So this is 9 years ago, is what YouTube said.
This is his new heavy tractor.
That's the new one.
The old one was what, 30 series sheet metal?
Yeah,
something like that.
Okay, let me go look. We got a few minutes before we start our Puller Championship meeting. I can keep looking.
Did William Palmer, was that his tractor that the Squealer became, or?
You know, I think there is a lineage there. I think so.
Paul says old one Kessler's old. Paul, are you drunk? Old one was Kessler's. Oh, old one was Kessler's tractor. Okay, got it. Chad Gilbert said 4055. Man, Chad knows his stuff. Paul Romack.
Hey, Justin.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about the tractor that you guys had before this one. I know y'all didn't have it very, very long.
Oh, the Red Power? We bought that from Lauren Ford. It was the old running on empty tractor. He had built that in 98 or something like that, I think. And it was kind of parts and pieces off Terry Blackburn's old Slow Ride, and just kind of always had it pretty tame. And we bought it and kind of changed stuff up a little bit and ran in the cast outlaw class. I mean, it was only 407 cubes with a cast head and twin chargers. I mean, you're going up against some 3-charger 504 stuff, but that thing was fun. It was just always consistent. You didn't have to work on it. The maintenance was doing it unloaded out of the trailer all season. Just drove it.
Yeah. Y'all did pretty well with Louisville with it, I think.
And the owners, yep, there it is right there.
Hey, that's Springfield, Tennessee. I recognize that place.
Is that where you that's not where you did your sideways thing, did you, Shane?
No, that just had to be in my hometown of all places.
Oh, Springfield. Oh, really? That sucks.
Yeah. If you're gonna do it right, I guess.
I guess. Give him something to talk about. You're right, that front end. Video
that was
technology.
the thing about Mid-South back then, too. We had guys like Meese coming down and run with us all the time. It was awesome.
I remember that thing being very dominant.
That's awesome.
Dominant.
Yeah, by today's standards, you'd probably be a little disappointed with it or something, but back then it was just cool to watch.
It was mean.
Yeah, it was.
It was mean. So, all right. Next Thursday, diesel super stock trucks in anticipation of Diesels in Dark Corners in White Plains, Georgia. Justin Hoffman, as always, thank you for joining us on the show. Our distinguished panel of people. Charles Wyatt, Morgan, Shane Hunt, and the Brent Yarin. Guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. And that's all I got. Justin, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason.
See you guys.
Thanks for having me again, guys. See y'all later.
You can stick around, Hunt. We like you. So
Okay.
all right. See you guys.